Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 mod spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Projectum Aetherus mod, which is being made by user Genghis Khan X, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is magic spells and alchemy. Yes, that's right folks, a magic system for Fallout 4, which may not be the most lore-friendly thing in the world, and you guys know me, I do tend to prefer things lore-friendly, but you know what? Every now and then, you just gotta go a little weird, and this is certainly that. You are making potions and summoning spells here in the Commonwealth, and I kinda like that idea. It is pretty good. Though, amusingly, the mod maker has created a bit of lore to justify the spell system, I guess? And apparently, Projectum Aetherus is a secret cabal of wizards that existed since the Middle Ages, and your character was one of them, and after being released from Vault 111, you believe yourself to be the last of the cabal, and so you just kind of continue doing spells, etc. Yeah, that's supposed to be the story for this, which, you know what? I'll roll with it. Now, to actually start doing all the spells is actually pretty simple, as we don't need anything really all too crazy. We just need to head into our workshop mode, go to crafting, and immediately to the Arcane workbench, which I have already built one over here, but as you can see, it does require some wood, steel, rubber, glass, and a skull, which, I mean, yeah, it is basically just a chemistry station with a skull, but hey, the skull's what makes it arcane, I guess, question mark. But you know what, this is the tool to use to make all of your various arcane things, which is fun. So if we just click right in here, we'll start up at the top with alchemy and work our way down, as alchemy is very necessary, as pretty much to create any spell, you're gonna need this stuff. Arcane powder, which apparently is made from Abraxo cleaner, bone, and fertilizer, with a little bit of mystical gobbledygook at the arcane workstation, I guess turns it into arcane powder. And that is the basic fuel for everything you do. And if you do create it, it will make 4 of them at a time, which is useful because some of these do require quite a lot of arcane powder. Now, the rest of the stuff in alchemy is your basic potions, as well as some stereotypical alchemical stuff. Let's go through the potions first here. We have the Drought of the Brahmin, which will increase your carry weight by 300 for 24 hours for a mere 8 arcane powder, 2 Brahmin skulls, and a crystal liquor decanter, which I should point out here, that is going to be necessary for any potion. That's what you're basically putting the potion into, and after you drink the potion, you will actually get the crystal decanter back, so you will be able to recycle the same one over and over and over again. But yes, you will need these to put your potion into, which is quite nice. Now, the next potion we have is the Elixir of the Golden Voice, which increases charisma, intelligence, and perception by 5, and improves merchant prices by 10% for 25 minutes, again needing arcane powder, the decanter, and a crapload of cash. Well, 100, but you know what, pre-war money is pretty easy to come by. And we're gonna skip over the next few because I'll get back to these. The next is the Magna Heal, which completely cures all wounds, injured limbs, illnesses, radiations, and addictions, and will give you 500 HP and negative 1,000 rads for a mere 16 arcane powder, a decanter, and 16 hub flowers. The next one is the Nightmare Walker potion, which slips you partially into the nightmare realm for 2 minutes, making you invisible, doubling your sneak attack damage, and increasing perception and agility by 8, which will require some arcane powder, another decanter, and rat poison. Now then, if we move down to the bottom 2, we have Thor's Might Drought, which, increases your strength, endurance, and agility by 5, and health by 200 for 25 minutes. And I actually really like this one. It's the arcane powder, the decanter, and then it requires a masonry hammer. Yes, a potion where you're grinding up a hammer? Whatever works, I guess. And the last one is a Time Warp Potion, which opens a rift in time, slowing all enemies and increasing action points by 500, and VATS accuracy by 10% for 15 seconds from the Imbiber's frame of reference. And Arcane Powder, the Decanter, and 2 gold watches. Now, as for the other things that we had in here, we have the stereotypical alchemy, where you can change metals from one to another. So if you take 10 steel, you will create a steel bar. You can then take a steel bar and some arcane powder and turn it into a silver bar. You can then turn that silver bar into a lead bar, again with arcane powder, and then finally turn that lead bar with some arcane powder into a gold bar for your convenience. And that is the alchemy section. Now the next is conjurations. You can summon animals and whatnot to your defense, which is great. And we have 5 things in here. We have summon angler twins, where you need some angler meat and arcane powder to create this spell. The summon assaultron, where you'll need arcane powder and an assaultron circuit board. Summon deathclaw will need the arcane powder and a deathclaw hide. Summon flies will require arcane powder and bloatfly glands. And finally, summon killer crickets, which will need arcane powder and cave cricket meat. And yeah, you'll just summon these and they will fight for you, which is lovely. And of course, how these different summon things work is basically they create a weapon grenade. So you're gonna have to make one of these grenades, quote unquote, for every time you use the spell. And you just throw it at whoever and things will fight, and it's good times. And finally, we have our destruction spells. Beautiful classic magic, where we have Call Lightning, which requires arcane powder and a biometric scanner, and will do 576 physical damage and 150 electrical, range of 93. Very fun. A chain lightning will require arcane powder and a power relay coil, and will do just 200 on the energy and 1 physical. The fell fire, which will require arcane powder, a blood pack, and a skull, will give you just 518 straight up damage. A fire spray, which is arcane powder and a flip lighter for 18 physical and 100 fire damage. The fireball, arcane powder, gold-plated flip lighter, and will do 202 physical damage. We then have the Ice Blast, requiring arcane powder and medical liquid nitrogen dispenser, doing 116 damage, and of course, freezing things. And finally, the Shock Blast, which is arcane powder and a vacuum tube for 288 physical damage and 150 electrical. All fun, all great spells, and again, they function as grenades that you throw at the enemy, which is hilarious. So let's actually get out of here now and show off some of these glorious spells. So let's go into my inventory here, and we'll start up at the top with Call Lightning, which of course does, again, the 576 physical damage and 150 electrical, and is used like a grenade. Boom! And it just gets a shot of lightning someplace on a direct on target damage, which is quite fun. There we go. Now the next one is of course the Chain Lightning, doing the 200 electrical damage, and this one kind of goes in a blast wave. Boom. Lovely. Dog meat, I'm sorry, but I have to experiment. Wow, that actually did nothing to him. Interesting. Magical dog meat. Okay, cool effect though. I do enjoy it. Fun one. The next is the Fell Fire. I think this is my favorite visually, but unfortunately there's no sound to it, which I think would make it much more impressive. Boom. I love that. If only there was actually a boom, but no, it's just silent. But it does do a crap load of damage and looks spectacular. Okay, so down to the next one, the Fire Spray, which if we throw, there we go, is just a big hunk of fire. And kind of makes like a firecracker sound at the end, which, you know, not much, but it works. The next is the Fireball, which is basically a grenade, really, once it hits a target, but it will fly straight until it explodes. So it doesn't arc like a normal grenade. It'll just keep on going forever and ever in a straight line until it hits its target, which is fun. Big boom. I love it. All right, next one up is the Ice Blast. Actually, it looks like maybe we might have a storm here in a moment. There we go, the Ice Blast, which will freeze your opponents. Always nice. And the Shock Blast, which thrown, boom, just a big, nice electrical explosion. Always fun. Now, of course, we have the summons. So we have the Angler Twins here. And bam, they will fight. Fight your enemies, which currently I have no enemies, so there's nothing for them to fight. But, there they are, anglers. Oop. Are they fighting my villagers? They are lighting my settlement on fire. Interesting. Well, let's pop some more to make it even more confusing and hilarious. So summon Assaultron and pop. There we go. Oh, they're fighting each other now. That is interesting. I haven't had this happen before. You know what? I can work with it, though. I can work with it. Let's just cause more chaos. Now, it is pretty much guaranteed that if there was someone attacking me, they will attack it. But I guess with no target, they just kind of all do their own thing. So, Deathclaw. Just to make it a little bit more hilarious. There we go. Beautiful. And next is the flies. Can't forget those. Lovely blowflies. Glorious. A nice little pack of 4 of them, as you can see. Very good. And finally, the killer crickets. Go, crickets! Go! Ooh, a nice little group of them as well. Always hilarious. Ah, and yes, it looks like my settlers do not like them. But none of them are attacking me, and that's really what matters. They're not, going to be an issue for myself. But it does look like they'll just kill anything else in the way. You know what? I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. Let's launch some fireballs. And boom! Come on! Boom! Oh, and crickets die. Ah, lovely. But yes, that is all of our various spells, whether they be damage spells or summonables. So, of course, the various potions do go into our aid category. So we have our Drought of Brahmin. Ooh, I accidentally spawned something that's incorrect there. That's what I get for using console commands on occasion. But there we go, the Drought of Brahmin, which will increase our carry weight by 300. There we go, and as you can see, the Crystal Decanter has been added back in, as I did mention, so you can keep using that for more and more potions. And then let's go with what the hell. Let's just, use all of them. The Golden Voice, we're going to be charismatic as hell. Lovely. We haven't really been hurt, so we don't need the Mega Heal, but Nightwalker Potion, let's actually go out in third person for the invisibleness of it all before using it. There we go, and we're invisible. Isn't it great? Fire another fireball while invisible. Oh, I shot it over. There we are. Lovely. Okay, so that's quite cool. So yeah, we'll be invisible for quite some time, which is nice. I do like that. And of course, we can just go and take the Thor's Might for more damage and the Time Warp for hilariousness. There we go. We are now slowing time for a short amount of time. Oh, it's great. And I've thrown a slow motion fireball. Lovely. Isn't it great? We're invisible and we've slowed time. You gotta love magic. So basically this is kind of almost like a cheat mod, but at least you do have to make the thing. So there you go, the slow time did wear off. So that means, of course, we have to go and kill the dog, as we always do. Which do we want to do it with, though? Let's go back over to weapons. And, you know what, my favorite effect one, the Fellfire. Again, I wish it had a sound, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Are we still invisible? We are. Oh yeah, it was like 2 minutes of invisibility, wasn't it? Hi dog, Fellfire. Oop, I missed. I should really be in first person when I try this. There we go. And he's exploded. Oh, magic is wonderful. Okay, let's get out the freezing one and take out the Rad Stag. Take this, Rad Stag. Perfect. Ooh, well, I guess when his head comes off, he unfreezes. Lovely, but that That is Projectum Aetherus. It is a really fun mod with a lot of great spells and some interesting other effects. The summoning is pretty hilarious. Again, the summonable animals won't hurt you, but it does appear they'll just attack everything else around you, which, you know what, I'm okay with, frankly. And it's just full of fun spells. You can slow time, go invisible, heal yourself to great degrees, and just cause general magical mayhem. And who doesn't want that? So that is really it for this mod, Project Aetherus. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, and I definitely say that you go and do so. My god, they are still fighting things here. But you can go check out the link in the description, as always. And definitely go try it out, have some fun, explore magic, and cause chaos. But that is going to be it for today, my friends. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next episode, when we'll hopefully be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, oh my, what happened to him? He just kind of flew away. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.